that time of year. We gonna be in Houston, Texas from April 1st to April 5th, celebrating the Lord's 57th annual Passover under Commanding General Yohana. Jam-packed, full of events, line dancing, fishing, horseback riding, rides for the kids, bounce houses, and the annual lamb slaughter held at the BH Ranch. And it ain't no party like the all-black party, the annual all-black party. 14149 Player Street in Houston, Texas. You know it's gonna be lit. All leading up to Saturday, April 4th, the Lord's 57th annual Passover. You still got time. Go to ISUPK.com to pay your Passover fee. 18 and over, $200. You do not want to miss the Lord's 57th annual Passover. Houston, Texas. Shalom.
We won't let it change us, even when they switch sides and they wanna change up. Fucking with my brother, then your life in danger. Got no fear like I got one in the chamber. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it now. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it. They want a fame, they want a clout. That's why they doubt. I got them black, I want a class. And I shut my mouth. This was way before polite, before I came to campsites. I came broken and contrite. I just wanted to live right, clean my soul and give my life. Had to give up all my vice. I got a fog out my head. I was raised from the dead. I put down that weed and I cut off my dreads. For before I could lead, I had to learn to be led. Now I'm a bad motherfucker. Walk around and I straight flex on suckers. No one specific, I'm talking to all of you busters. Straight from the gutter, me and my brother, we the long supper. Now, running it like a conductor. Hebrew Academy, I'm the instructor. 14 written all on my cover. Men of war like we hopped at a Hummer. Just like you wanted my trooper could cut you. There is one camp, there is not another. One West, UPK. One West, UPK. One West, one West, one West, UPK. One what? UPK. One what? UPK. One what? One what? One what? UPK. Me and all of my Oyes, hold it, shit down, right here, all day. Shalom, wagwan, sa, passe, is we, damn niggas, yatu, sabe, hey. We gon' change the world, we won't let it change us. Even when they switch sides and they wanna change up. Fucking with my brother, then your life in danger. Got no fear like I got one in the chamber. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it now. Since day one, we been about it, nigga. I've been going hard since the day that I found it. It's 144 to the day the Lord counted. I'ma keep my head up to the day that he crowned it.
You boy, you know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in, yeah. But that was my nigga, yeah. I'm in it, yo. Got my nigga Rewan with me. But that that shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home, that's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my hockin' gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it, ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talkin' shit, yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm rippin'. And my niggas solid, number real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start steppin'. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them, I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted, we hear the truth and reject it. But love is getting corrected, and all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Fuck wrong with you, boy?
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
This one West world.
I guess I should ride with Lex.
They talk about man. Oh, no. Yo, it's about time, so no curses to our enemies. You can try to run where you going, it's your destiny. You gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to do, right, get another legacy.
If you gotta do the shit, when I do it carefully. You can lose everything you own over jealousy. When I met her, I ain't never sweat her, I just let her breathe. See you down, keep my foot on you, that's not my pedigree. At your throat, I done took her oath, I pray I never leave. I'm a different guy, you're surprised, tucked in my sleeve. Boy, you fucking stupid, sold your seat for some bloody beef. True nation, cut the conversation, better keep it brief.
It's about time, so no curses to our enemies. You can try to run where you going, it's your destiny. You gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy.
If it's about time, send them curses to them enemies. You can try to run where you going, this your destiny. Confusion gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy. It's about time, send them curses to them enemies. You can try to run where you going, this your destiny. Confusion gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy. They don't wanna know, we tell them, they just won't believe. It's about the journey, I ain't worried, moving at my speed. Saying we ain't much to be desired, gotta disagree. Starring one of mine, then we spinning like rotisserie. Go against the odds, I'm ready, this another victory. Cut different, niggas moving foul, where the referee. Moving like the military, something they ain't never seen. One West world for the people, this is what they need.
It's about time, send no curses to our enemies. You can try to run where you going, it's your destiny. Things you gotta fall, never rise, that's the melody. What you get to witness, the beginning of a legacy.
Man, it's gonna save all them tapes right there. Yo. And then the reading right here is, she asked if I'm a prophet. I said absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And when I walk through the door, bitch, you best salute me, best salute me, absolutely. She asked if I'm a prophet. I said absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And when I walk through the door, bitch, you best salute me, best salute me, absolutely, absolutely.
Bible in my right and a chopper in my other hand.
Everybody is trying to find and recreate the identity of so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Every few years, black people get a new identity.
America wants the black man, the Latino man, the Native American man to his blood, sweat, and tears. They work us to the damn bone.
Come and pay a visit for your last year. I'm truly up. Make a move unless we tune you up. Absolutely, man. We know you cause you ain't fooling us. But don't
It was made for who? Our state. For who? Our state. This whole world was made for blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And the other nations know it. And because the other nations know it, they make sure to keep us underneath them. Come upon you before the fifth angel of the Lord come upon you, black man, Native American Indian man, Hispanic man. You understand, man? It's about to get oppressive out here. You only have I know, man. You only have I know of all the families on the earth, man. Right? You only have I know, man. So therefore, he will punish us for all of our iniquities, which is our sins, man. Going out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of Jerry Hunt. We are not affiliated with any fake Israelite groups or anybody else. Today, we're bringing out the truth of the Bible, that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true Jews that the Bible speaks of.
That's right. He gon' spot you, then get you. You don't speak about it, it's not an issue. This one West world got a ring to it. I married the Jew, put a ring to it.
yes, if I'm a prophet, I said absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And when I walk through the door, bitch, you best salute me, best salute me, absolutely. She asked if I'm a prophet, I said absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And when I walk through the door, bitch, you best salute me, best salute me, absolutely, absolutely.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So then you said that they put millions of my people.
Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right. That's right.
Was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road. That a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, save facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is dish served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mass shooters. That was designed fast for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a
Shalom Israel, with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, and you know what time it is. It's the Lord's 57th annual Passover, and it's going to be held in Houston, Texas on April 4th. Don't forget, bring your family, bring your friends, because this is going to be the time that so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans can come under one roof in one house and to serve the Lord. It's that time. $200 per person. Don't forget, over the age of 17. Don't forget the Lord's Passover. It's coming.
Kingdoms ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one. It was written.
Around. You know when they go around. You know when they come around. If they wanna clown, then we going down. I'm war ready, was born ready, I'm more ready. I'm saying this now, making sure that the morgue ready. Yeah. We got some drop-offs, battle formation, I'm waiting for you to pop off. Right after you make your first move, get your rocks off. Next thing, your head to the dirt. We are not soft. I took a loss, but nah, I ain't panicking. I be making moves, you staying still like a mannequin. Think you got the force, but shit, I'm feeling like Anakin. Hit the chick with the lightsaber, might save her. Doing moves tight major with light paper. And H-Town on them blades like an ice skater. Yeah, at that One West Passover. Sit down, take a seat to the class over. Far from sober, but I ain't puffin' on Doja. Bartender, bring me tequila. Hold the soda, shit. Hold the ice too. Flood it like a typhoon. We can get 6 shooters, 10 paces high noon. We had Player Street, all-star studded like it's all.
Because that's what it means. That's what it means to serve the Lord. That's His will. The Lord's will is about division. The Lord's will is about separation. The Lord's will is about not gratifying yourself. The Lord's will is about not satisfying yourself. That's what the Lord's will is about.
My niggas, you know who I go to ground with. My niggas. You know when they
I know that might be a foreign concept. No things to Christianity. We no longer have fathers like we're supposed to in the black home. We don't have fathers, you understand, in the black Hispanic and Native American homes like we were supposed to. No thanks to Christianity and no thanks to America.
You can't feel me. Unless you sip 100 proof. I got 100 soldiers with me, that's 200 boots. We get to stomping like a Kappa or a Q. But don't mistake me for no rapper, I'm the Jew. The streets cold, so I throw on the cover. You a bitch, don't get mad at me, get mad at your mother. Put my life on the line like I got me another. Yeah, shit, it's like I'm on another level here. You second tier, I'm pulling guns, that's on Metal Gear. It's hell out here, but shit, I die heavenly. AK equipped with the drum, it holds 70. Twin revolvers, bucket you ducks like Yosemite. Yeah, I hear a lot of rappers puffing on their enemies. I don't smoke, but I drink their tears like it's
Hallowed is a word that means holy, meaning the Lord's name is separate. The Lord's name is about division. The Lord's name is about separation. Throughout the Bible, it talks about separation and division.
Even wanna hear about rappers. Heavy gut punch, knock the air out rappers. Ain't nobody fucking around with my niggas. You know who I go to ground with, my niggas. You know when they come around, if they wanna clown, then we gun them down for my niggas. Ain't nobody fucking around with my niggas. You know who I go to ground with, my niggas. You know when they come around, if they wanna clown, then we gun them down for my niggas.
It's supposed to be thy will be done. The Lord's will is supposed to be done. Not your will, not grandma's will, not mommy's will, not Uncle Bobby's will, not the Democratic Party's will, not the Republican Party's will, not the Independent Party's will. It said what? Thy will be done. Thy will be done. The Lord's will is supposed to be done.
All right. All right. Okay. Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. All right. Let's go to a history class. Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. One West started out of Harlem, New York, 125th Street. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite camp or Christian church. We teach the truth about the Bible, about the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians today. All right. And tonight we're gonna kick it off with this, man. Understanding the meaning of the image of God, man. That's what we're gonna understand. That's what we're gonna hit on tonight. Some points we're gonna hit on tonight. All right. See who we got in here. Okay. All right, I see Akwav Hadasah, Sister Hadasah. All right. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabakatah to the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shema Bashem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. Let's see what we got in here. All right. We got Sister Sister Raya. All right. Shalom, Yahweh Shema Bashem Yahweh Shah, Property River Officer 1000, Mataza Kara, checking in for Church, Virginia. All right. We have Trooper Yampakak, Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahshai Brakatah, Trooper Yampakak, signed in for West Virginia, and Salakia, Sister Hadasah, Shalom Yahweh Shema Adam Bashem Yahshai, Sister Hadasah, checking in from North Virginia, Salakia sis, and salute you. All right, we have Sister Shakal, Shalom Yahweh Shema Adam Bashem Yahshai, Sister Shakal Pakak, Property River Yampakak, checking in from West Virginia. All right, we have Sister Zarai. All right, Shalom Yahweh Shema Shalom Yahweh Shema Bashem Yahweh Shai, Princess Zarai.
of Officer 1000 Tazah, checking in. Mashallah, I'm Tawab. How are you? I'm Tawab. All right, Sister Deborah. Shalom, Yahweh Shema, Thaba Shem Yahweh Shai. Sister Deborah checking in from Richmond, Virginia. We have Officer Mutazah Kara. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Brakatah. Also 1000 Mutazah Kara checking in from Chester, Virginia. Officer Yagadar, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Brakatah. Also 500 Yagadar checking in from Prince George, Virginia. We have Officer Carson Parr, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Brakatah. Officer 50 Carson Parr checking in from North Virginia. Shalom. We have Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Brakatah. Trooper McCall Ya'ala checking in from Richmond, Virginia. Shalom to you, brother. All right. Shalom, Yahweh Shema, Thaba Shem Yahweh Shai. Says Tawana, Raven property of Trooper Sayala. All right. Checking in from Chesapeake, Virginia. Shalom to you, sis. Shalom to you, sis. All right. All right. So go ahead and clap it up. All right. Go ahead and clap it up. All right. All right. So again, Shalom Israel. All right. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. 1 West, started out of Harlem, New York on 125th Street. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite camp or group or Christian church. We teach the truth about the Bible, about the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians today. And tonight, right, I'm going to bring out understanding the meaning of the image of God. So let's take an inference real quick, right? The inference is, again, an educated guess based on information that's given to you. So the information that's given to you tonight is the title, Understanding the Meaning of the Image of God. When you see that title, what do you think, right? What conclusion can you make just off of reading this title tonight? What you think, Salaki, what you think this class is going to be about tonight? Understand the meaning of the image of God. Let me give you some time to type in the chat. All right, give you some time to type in the chat. What do you think? Right? What do you think this class is going to be about tonight? Right? By understanding the meaning of the image of God. What do you think about that? Right? What you think this is about? All right. What we got in here? We got some officers in here. We got some sisters in here. All right. Okay. Sister Ryan said depends on what image we see. Okay. Okay, that's good. Depending on what image we see. I like that. All right, depending on what image we see. I like that. Sister Tazara said the meaning of the Most High's image. Okay, cool. Cool. Great answers. Right? Great answers. Now, these are some Tawab answers. And if there's any more answers, hey, by any means, chime in. Right? But when understanding the meaning of the image of God, right? It doesn't per se hits on an actual visual image. Now we know that Christ and the Most High is colored, it's black, right? We know that, okay, but it's also a metaphorical, a spiritual realm about understanding the image of God, man. Because even in the beginning of this Bible, in the beginning of the book, it talks about the image and the likeness of God, and it expounds on image by expanding the image to likeness. Now, when you hear the word likeness, what do you think the word likeness mean according to the Bible? Now, we got some brothers and sisters in here that's seasoned, right? right? It's been in here for some years, so a couple years, you know. So what do you think? Sister Rod said similar. Okay. Sister Hadasai hit it right on the nose. Repenting our behavior, beliefs concerning the Most High. Okay. All right. All right. Right. And Tawab Job Sisters for chiming in and giving these Tawab answers. These are some very great answers. And again, if anyone else have any answers that they want to chime in and dish out, by any means, go ahead. But that key word that Sister Hadasah said was behavior, right? And what Sister Rod said wasn't wrong. She said similar, right? Likeness, okay, similar. But when we think when we go into the image and we go from image to likeness, it's a certain type of behavior, right? Certain type of behavior that has to align with the image of the Most High, right? Officer Carson Parr said, taking on the fruits of the Spirit, right. So first, let's get Genesis 1 and 26, Baba Kashai. If I could, let's get Genesis 1 and 26, if I could, right? Because we're gonna expound, right? We're gonna expound on this character, right, Sister Hadasah, character, that likeness, character, damn right. So we're gonna build upon the image and likeness tonight. All right. So this is Genesis 1 and 26. And God said, the Most High said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and in addition to this, over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and in addition to this, over all the earth, and in addition to this, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. Right? Scroll down to verse 27. Now, so God, the Most High, right, created man in his own image. Now, let's stop right there. So God created man his own image. What does that mean? What does that mean? God created man in his own image, right? In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. So he going on creating genders, but he created man in his own image. Now that's important to know. That's important to know. Like, what does it mean when God said he created man in his own image? His own image. Who can give me the answer to that? Let's try. Let's shoot a shot. So God created man in his own image. Now remember, in verse 26, can you scroll up a little bit, Barbara Kashar, so I can see 26 and 27. Right there, that right there is good. The water. So verse 26 said, and God said, let us make man in our own image, after our likeness, right? And let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl, and of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So then now we go to verse 27. So God created man. You could stay right there, the water, Bob Kushah. So God created man in his own image. Sister Rod said to be like him in our, I think she said, way through life, following his laws, statutes, and commandments. Yeah, you got the surface of it. Yeah, right. But it goes a little higher than that. If you're created in God's image, right? If you created in his image, what characteristics do you have? Verse 26, okay, to have dominance. Give me another word for dominance. Give me another word for dominance. If you're dominant in something, right? Give me some more synonyms for that, because you're up there, right? And when he say our image, he talking about the angels, right? That's the hour that he's talking about as well. So you said you said to have dominance, dominion, to have strength, to have dominion. What does it mean to have dominion? What does it mean to have dominion? Yeah, it means to have strength. Yeah, it means to have strength. But just give me one word. What does it mean to have dominion? Yeah, strength, control, decorum. Yes. What you there? But give me one word. If I got dominion, if I have rulership, okay, what is that? Y'all on it. I don't want to give you that because y'all on the surface. I just want somebody to say it. If I have dominion and strength, and I got power, damn right, give that brother a hand. McCall y'all, let you McCall y'all. I have power, authority, right? That's what I have, right? So God created man in his own image to have the ability to, keyword ability right now, the ability to have power and dominion over the fowls in the air, over the sea and the water, the sea world, over the cattle, the animals, over every creepy thing that creepeth on the earth. Right? Us being created in God's image is giving us the ability to have power and dominion over these things that is named in verse 26. Power. Damn right, Sister How to solve power, right? So this is in the time period. We got to understand what time period we in, all right? This is in the time period that the Most High is giving us the ability. He's giving us the ability, keyword ability, to have power over things that's given to us. Now, if I have the ability to do something, does that mean I can do it? Kanala. If I have the ability to do something, do that mean that I can do it? Let me get a one or two, a kanala. Con for yes, la for no. One for yes, two for no. If I have the ability to do something, do that mean I can do it? Okay, Sister Wanda said con. Okay. So the bar said la Sister Ra'a said la. Right. It's la. I have the ability to I have the ability to be on time for my slavery, but I don't. But sometimes I do. But then again, I don't. I have the ability to go and work out. But then again, I don't. But then again, I do. Right? He giving us right now, the Most High is giving us the ability to have dominion over these things. Why? Because we are created in his image, meaning what? If we created in God's image, God has the power. God has dominion. So the Most High right now is giving us the ability to have power and the ability to have dominion. Right? Right? So how the South say Shalom, how about Shema Shabbat, brother Kushah checking in for Richmond, Virginia. Shalom, you brother. Right? So how the South say Now, do we understand that real quick before I go any further. Let me get a 1 or a 2 if we understand. Let me get a 1 if we understand, or a 2 if we don't understand us right of where we at right now. Right now, the Most High is giving us the ability, keyword ability, to have power and dominion over these things. Right? We have the ability. We have the ability. Okay? Now, let's take me to Colossians 1 and 15, Baba Kashah, right? Take me to Colossians 1 and 15, Baba Kashah, right? Right? Because Christianity is not going to expound on this. They don't have this lesson, right? So this is First Colossians, sorry, not First. This is Colossians 1 and 15. Now, who is the image of the invisible God? Right? The firstborn of every creature. We're going to expound on that. Now, first, who is the image of the visible God? The firstborn of every creature. So the invisible God, how can you see? Right? How can one be an image of something that is invisible? Right? How can one be an image of something that is invisible? I think Makayala owns something, right? So the image must be metaphoric or spiritual, right? The firstborn of every creature, and I think that Makayala done hit it. The firstborn of every creature is Christ, right? Is Christ, being the eldest son of the Most High. This proves right here that Christ was the reincarnation of who? Who was Christ was the reincarnation of? This proves right here that Christ was the reincarnation of who? Who can type this in? Because who we talking about? Who is the image of the visible God, the firstborn of every creature? Now, the firstborn of every creature is Christ, being the eldest son of the Most High Power. This proves right here that Christ was the reincarnation of who? Who is Christ was the reincarnation of? Let me get a 1 in the chat. No. If you don't know who Christ was a reincarnation of, based on this verse right here, damn. So give that brother a hand. Damn right, Makayala. Adam. I think you in my breakdown, brother. I think you done looked at my notes or something, brother. Okay. Christ, right? This is yes, Adam, Sister Call. Adam, right? Adam, right? Christ came back, right, to fix the things that happened in his time of being Adam, right? Take me to the Wisdom of Solomon. Okay. Take me to Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 23. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 23. Right? You ain't gonna get this in the Christian church. You're not going to understand this in the Christian church. Right? You ain't going to understand this in the Christian church. Right? The invisible God. right? How can one be an image of something that is invisible, right? How would you show that you is the image of something over some great? And this is a great question right here. As you getting me Wisdom of Solomon 2:23, right? How can one be the image of God if this God is invisible? If you never seen God, how will you prove that you're the image of God if no one ever seen God? Remember the theme. We trying to understand the image of God, and we just went over Genesis 1:26 and 27, and we just read Colossians 1:15 about this invisible God and about this firstborn, right? How can one show that they are an image of God if this is, an invisible God? If no one ever seen God, how can one show that they are an image of God? Critical thinking moment. Now, I don't got no videos tonight. This is a history class, right? And we gotta know, this is important for history, right? History is knowing the image and the likeness of God, right? Yes, we could read scriptures about the color, all right, about the garments, right, about the physical appearance, right? But we need to understand when there's no appearance, right? Sister Carl said by following the law, statutes, and commandments, right? By following the law, right? And you guys just led me into Wisdom of Solomon 2:23. For God created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. God created man to be immortal, right? Meaning what? Take me to Wisdom of Solomon 1:15, right? 1:15. God created man to be immortal, meaning to be what? Right? For righteousness is immortal. You see that? For righteousness is immortal. So what does it mean to be righteous? What does it mean to be righteous? These are layup questions. What does it mean to be righteous? What do you have to do to be righteous? And what does it mean to be righteous? Right? Because you being righteous is you being immortal. You being righteous is you being immortal. Right? And I know we play in Mortal Kombat, right? You can't be beat, right? So damn right, Sister Ra, and Sister and Officer Trooper McCall and Sister Shakar Pakat said this earlier before I asked this question. But Sister Ra, damn right, following the law, statutes, and commandments. Sister, okay, Sister Amadah, free of sin. Okay, Officer Carl Sapar, keeping the law, damn right. So you would be immortal by just keeping the law, by just being righteous, right? So let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon 2:23, Baba Kashan, right? If I could, Baba Kashan. This is how you'll be immortal, right? So for God created man to be immortal. So we ought to know what immortal mean, right? Because the Most High is immortal, right? The angels are immortal. So we are being created in God's image, right? That means we are to be righteous, meaning to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, and we will be immortal. Because what? And in addition to this, in addition to being immortal, for you being righteous, and made him to be an image of his own eternity, right? So the conjunction and means what? In addition to, right? And to be an image, meaning to be a what? A visual representation. When it's Saturdays, right? And when we go out to camp, that is us being righteous, right? That is us being righteous by what? Following the law, statutes, and commandments. It is lawful for us to be out there speaking the truth on Saturdays, right? It is lawful for us for the priests and prophets in the ISUPK to be teaching class. That is how we will be. That is how we will be immortal. That's how we would gain. That's how we will just be unstoppable, right? And made him to be an image of his own eternity. This is us. This image of us teaching the class, the image of us going out on Saturdays and cutting up oppressors from sun up to sundown, right? That is us being righteous. That is us being a visual representation of the image that the Most High, right, ordained us to be. Us being the image is not being a part of the Sakari camp and another brother getting locked up for his sexual deviancy, his sexual acts, right? You're not being a visual representation of liking to get pegged. You're not being a visual representation of going to that Christian church on Sundays worshiping a false god, right? You're not being an image of huffing and puffing on that stage and dancing all across the damn goddamn floor, right? That's not you being a visual representation. Being a visual representation is being in your garment, right? Being a visual representation is attending the feast days. Being a visual representation is attending the Passovers. Being a visual representation is being tawab for camp, or however many times you could be tawab for camp, right? Being a visual representation is actually teaching class. If you're a priest and prophet in this truth, that's been a visual representation. Being a visual representation is wearing your fringes, not on the bottom of your shirts, right? That's what it is of being a visual representation, right? Because we have an image to uphold. Sister Hadasah said being in the right standard with God, damn right. Sister Ra'ah said that's why we have to always lead by example for our people. That is exactly right. That's why it's important. That's why it is your reasonable service. That's why it is your duty to be in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. All these other camps is falling. The Christian church has already been falling. Is falling. Everything is falling. That dream that Daniel had about these different empires falling, right? These empires were built up. The Christian church at one point was built up that it was just unstoppable. Like everybody you know, and they mama, they grandma, they auntie, they going to church. They going to church on the Wednesday night services was like a Sunday service. You had Wednesday night service, you had prayer, you had Saturday, you got service there. You got Sunday early morning prayer Sunday, and then after that you got 2-3 services. You had a morning service and the afternoon service. Church nowadays only got one service. Back in the day, church had 2 services, 3. Early morning worship, prayer line, and this is not even with the internet. This without the internet. This without the internet now. These things were built up to fall, right? Because they are not created in the Most High image, right? They are not created in the Most High image. And the Israelites, the ISUPK, we're not going to fall. Why? Because there are priests and prophets in here that's going to make sure that we is following the rules and guidelines of being in the image of the Most High, following that visual representation. If not, you're going to get up out of here. You're going to get some counsel. And if the counsel don't work, you're going to get suspended. Suspension don't work. Okay, you're going to get up out of here. Because you're not representing the image, the visual representation that's in this Bible. You're supposed to be a priest and prophet of the Bible, but you're not living. You're not being a part of it. You might as well be a part of Sakari in them. IUIC in them. Right? So to be an image, meaning to be a visual representation, right? His own eternity, right? Means what? Meaning unending existence, everlasting life, man, right? Our immortality or our righteousness is the visual representation or image of God's everlasting existence. Who wrote the Wisdom of Solomon? Who wrote the Wisdom of Solomon? This is an easy question. Who wrote the Wisdom of Solomon? Oh, and Shalom Slaki says, ain't salute you. Shalom Yahweh Shema Thab Bashim Yahweh Shah says Amadah, checking in from Virginia Beach, Virginia. All right. Damn right, Sister Rod. Solomon. King Solomon wrote the Wisdom of Solomon. Right? Who was Christ a reincarnation of? Who was Christ a reincarnation of? Who was Christ a reincarnation of? King Solomon. Same answer, Solomon. King Solomon. Yeah, he was a reincarnation of Adam. Yeah, but he was also a reincarnation of King Solomon. Right? Right? King Solomon was also one of the reincarnations of Jesus Christ, Yahweh Mashiach, right? Just as he was in being Adam, right? Which are Israelites. King Solomon is an Israelite, and Adam is an Israelite, and Yahweh is an Israelite, right? So this is a full circle right here in front of us, right? This scripture is you unlocking the kingdom of heaven, right? How do you unlock the kingdom of heaven? What are we talking about here? And that was just a sidebar of who was King Solomon reincarnation of, right? Because we know Christ had the appearance of being Adam, one is being Adam, one is being King Solomon, right? So now, how do you unlock the kingdom of heaven? That's the next question. How do you unlock the kingdom of heaven? All right. Shalom to you, brothers. Shalom, Yahabashim Yashabakta. Young man Jamir checking in from Virginia Beach, Virginia. All right. Then right, Sister Ra, right? Stay in the truth and follow the law, which is by being righteous. By being righteous. That's how you unlock the kingdom of heaven. By being righteous. Right? The Christian church don't have this lesson, man. Right? By keeping the laws. Damn right, Sister Amadah. By keeping the laws. That's how you unlock the kingdom of heaven. That's how you be immortal. Right? Now, so we know, right? So far, we know that based on Genesis 1 and 26 and 27, Colossians 1 and 15, so on and so forth that we covered so far, we know that we have the ability in the time period that I'm breaking down right now. We know that we have the ability, right, to have power and dominion, right? Now, take me to Genesis 2 and 7. Baba Kashab. Genesis 2 and 7. So now that we understand that we have the ability to have power and dominion over these things that was listed, because we were created in God's image, and God, he's a man of power and dominion. So we know that we have the characteristics, right, of being powerful and having dominion, right? So now, bam, we in Genesis 2 and 7, right? So here we go. And the Most High Power formed man of the dust of the ground. This is where the Christian church is going to get cut. All right? And the Most High formed man of the dust of the ground. What does dust mean according to the Bible? Who know what that is? Who know what that is? The water says, I'm trying. Who know what that is? Right? And the Most High Power formed man of the dust of the ground. What does dust mean according to the Bible? God, Sister Rod, get out my breakdown, man. Get out of my breakdown. I'm about to put you on mute for a little bit. All right. Goddamn, you two got y'all in my breakdown, man. Get out my breakdown. I thought this was a little challenging. All right. All right. Low state. Right? So, and the Most High Power formed man of the dust of the ground, right? Let me get this. Let me get that in. Let me get that. And this is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna hold this because we're gonna come back to this. And let me get 1 Samuel 2 and 8. 1 Samuel 2 and 8. And we're gonna come back to Genesis 2 and 7. But let's go to 1 Samuel 2 and 8. Right? Shalom, Yahaba Shem Yashai Brakatah, Officer Yabakar checking in from North Virginia. Shalom to you, brother. All right. 1 Samuel 2 and 8. So we're gonna, yes, dust means lower state, Sister Ryan. Yes, dust means low state, Trooper McCall Yala, right? So let's figure it out now. Okay, so this is 1 Samuel, right? 2 and 8. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust, and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill. Now, right? He raiseth up the poor out of the dust. And we know that dust means a low state, right? What would be an example of being in a low state? What's an example of being in a low state? He raiseth up the poor out of the dust. What's an example of being raised up out of the dust? What's one example? Give me a couple examples. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust. Okay, homelessness. Okay. Homelessness, no food, right? Basically, you ain't got it. You ain't got it, right? You just ain't got. You ain't got the wits. You ain't got it. So he raiseth up the poor out of the dust, and lifted up the beggar from the dunghill. Now I had to look up dunghill. I had to look up dunghill, right? Okay, addiction, damn right. Okay, giving you great examples. Who knows what a dunghill is? Who knows what a dunghill is? If you know what a dunghill is, you can type it. Or if you don't know, just write a 2, type a 2. Or if you do know, just tell what is a dunghill. And lifted up the beggar from the dunghill. What is a dunghill? What's a dunghill? Hey, that right, sister. Salakia, damn right. So he gonna lift you up for some shit now. Whatever shit you was in, Salakia. The Most High will lift you up from that. All right? The Most High will lift you up from that. I looked up dunghill. I say, yo, he's spitting bars. Like this is crazy. A dung, he gonna lift you up from whatever mess you in, man. Whatever mess you in, he gonna lift you up from out of that, right? Hey, for real. Salaki Shalom, Yahweh Shema, thought by Shem Yahweh Shai, Sister Zara Car, river property of Officer 50 Yabakar, chain from North Virginia. Hey, listen, I'm like, yo, that's heavy, right? So he gonna raise you up from whatever Salaki, whatever shit you in, right? And guess what he gonna do? Guess what he gonna do, right? He raiseth up the poor out of the dust, and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Most High, and he hath set the world upon them. Right? Right? That's self-explanatory. So he gonna make whoever you was last, now he gonna make you first. Right? He has the power to do this. Right? He has the power to change whatever mess you in, whatever addiction that you was in. Right? I don't want to keep saying this word, whatever mess you was in, he can raise you up out of that, right? And set you among princes, right? Right? And to make, and he gonna put you at that throne of glory, right? The Christian church ain't gonna teach you this, right? Now, let's go back to Genesis 2 and 7, Bible Kashab. So now that we know that the Most High, right? We know what dust mean according to the Bible. So now this is Genesis 2 and 7. Again, and the Most High power formed man of the dust of the ground, from the lower state, for whatever shit that they was in, right? And what he do, in addition to bringing them out of their low state, right, and breathe into his nostrils the breath of life. So you gotta think real quick. Right? This is all coming from the Most High working from these days. He working on days. And he rested on the seventh day. Right? Now, quick question. What is one day according to the Most High? What is one day? What is equal to one day according to the Most High? What's equal to one day according to the Most High? Like 1,000, right? Like 1,000. 1,000 years. 1,000 years is one day. 1,000 years is one day according to the Most High. Now, I still want to stay here, but let me get a little more context on that 1,000 day. So I'm gonna still come back to Genesis 2 and 7. Take me to 2 Peter 3 and 8, Baba Kashab. So I'm gonna still come back to Genesis 2 and 7, but I want to hit on this 1,000 day. So if we could get to 2 Peter 3 and 8, right? 2 Peter 3 and 8, because one day is 1,000 years, right? According to the Most High. One day is 1,000 years according to the Most High. Now, this is 2 Peter 3 and 8. But, right? It's a contrast. But, beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is one day. So the Most High said, let there be light, creating this, creating that, doing all these things, rest on the seventh day, right? He did all these things. One day, according to the Most High, is 1,000 years. So after he rested on that seventh day, right? That's when he put the breath of life into Adam. So it took the Most High 7,000 years, right, to breathe life into Adam, right? So Baba Kashab, can I go back to Genesis 2 and 7? If I could, Baba Kashab, right? So now we know that 1,000 years is one day according to the Most High. So the Most High did all these things, and after 7,000 years, after he rested, that's when he made Adam. He made Adam after that 7,000 years, right? So, and the Most High power formed man of the dust of the ground. So we know dust means lower state, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. What is the breath of life? What is the breath of life? What's the breath of life? This is important. The law, knowledge, instruction, the damn law. So, if you want to put into context, it took the Most High 7,000 years to give the law to Adam, right? Now that cut the Christian church right there, right? Man, it was people on earth It was people. I mean, it was people on earth. You know what I'm saying? So that cuts a Christian church right there. It was people on earth. Yeah. Adam wasn't, the first man. You know what I'm saying? He was just the first man that the Most High gave his law to. And it took him 7,000 years to do that. So it was just birds and animals on earth. It won't no humans on the earth within that 7,000 years. Is that what you're telling me, Christian pastor? Is that what you're telling me? It was just birds and cows and snakes and everything. It won't no people on earth for 7,000 years. Right? The Most High created genders in Genesis 1:26. He been did all of that. So now we in Genesis 2:7. Right? That Christian church. Right? So we know what dust means. Dust means the lower state, all right. So after the Most High rested, okay, then he gave the breath of life to who? Adam, right? The breath of life and becoming, right, a living soul, right? Because it says, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. So the breath of life and becoming a living soul can be understood by 2nd Ezra 3. So Baba Kashab, if you could take me to 2nd Ezra 3 and 5. I know we flipping. Right? The water, sir. Bottle of water. I know we flipping. All right. I know we flipping. So can you take me to 2nd Ezra 3 and 5? It's like it is verse 8. Speak to the Most High, building Adam. Are you referring that to? And then we're gonna come back. Are you referring that to Genesis 2 and 8, sis? Are you referring that to 2 and 8? So like it is verse 8. Speak to the Most High. We're gonna come back. Okay. But can we go to verse 8, Baba Kushan? I know I want to address that real quick, Salakia. And then we go to 2nd Ezra 3 and 5. I just want to address what she's asking, Baba Kushan. So this is Genesis 2 and So she asked Salakia, does verse 8 speak to the Most High building Adam? Verse 8 says, and the Most High planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. So when you saying building Adam, what you mean by that? When you say, is this where the Most High is building Adam? What you mean, like building his dominance, like building his power, building his reign? Is that what you referring to? And the Lord God planted a garden east in Eden, and there he put the man who he had formed. So like all the time. Okay, all right. So now let's go to 2nd Ezra 3 and 5, Bob Kashab. All right, 2nd Ezra 3 and 5. All right. And you on the ball. Second Ezra 3 and 5, right? Because now we're gonna build on that. Okay, so 2nd Ezra 3 and 5, and gave us a body unto Adam without soul, right? Which was the workmanship of thy hands, and didst breathe into the breath of life, and he made living before thee. So this right here is referring to Adam, right? So it says, and gave us a body unto Adam without soul. So this right here is saying the Most High, right? So let's keep going to verse 6, right? Verse 6. Before I summarize that, right? So, and gave us a body to Adam without soul, which was the workmanship of thy hands, and didst breathe into him the breath of life, right? And he was made living before thee. Verse 6. And thou leddest him into paradise, which thy right hand had planted before ever the earth came forward. And verse 7, right? And unto him thou gavest commandment to love thy way, which he transgressed, right? Okay. Which he transgressed. And immediately thou appointed death in him and in his generations, of whom came nations, tribes, people, and kindreds out of number. So, not keeping the law is the way of death, right? The breath of life and becoming a living can be understood by just these verses, 2 Ezra 3, 5, and 7, right? Which is to keep the law, right? If you don't keep the law, then the way of keeping the law is death, is suffering, right? Right? Because before the Most High had breathed life into Adam, right? He was without soul, right? Now, once he breathed life into Adam, that's when he got the law, and now he was a living soul unto the Most High, right? Right. So this right here is just telling us, you must keep the law, because if you don't keep the law, then the ways of not keeping the law is death, right? Right. And just to expound on that, if you could take me to 2 Ezra 6 and 54, right? Because the Most High gave us the ability to have power and dominion, right? Once the Most High had breathed life into Adam, that's when we knew, okay, we on the same earth as a lion. Okay, we're not going to unalive the lion and eat him. That's unlawful, right? Okay, we got in the sea, we got crabs, shrimp, lobsters. Okay, we got that in there, but we ain't supposed to eat that. Okay, we got pigs, rabbits, duck. Okay, we got that on the earth, but we ain't supposed to eat that. The Most High breathing life unto Adam gave Adam the power and dominion, and to now establish, okay, what we can and what we ain't supposed to do. We had the ability to do that before, but we didn't have no guidance, right? We just had the ability. Like it's like someone that talks very proper, right? This person has the ability to sound very smart, but through this person's actions, he ain't that very smart. He or she not that very smart. This is a very attractive young lady, right? She has the ability to be very powerful in the truth, but she just let herself go and be misguided, right? And have a plethora of kids, unlawful kids, right? She has the ability to be, a strong woman. This man has the ability to be a strong man, the truth, but he just want to keep whoring out sisters, right? But it wasn't until the Most High gave Adam that breath of life. It wasn't until you came into the ISUPK, you got that breath of life. Now you know, okay, I ain't supposed to be doing that. Okay, I ain't supposed to be doing this. I ain't supposed to be eating that. I ain't supposed to be eating this. I ain't supposed to be wearing that. ain't supposed to be wearing this, ain't supposed to be hoeing out her. I'm supposed to only have one husband. That's my husband. Know what I'm saying? As a man, you supposed to be lawful in your marriages. I'm not supposed to be interracially marrying, right? I ain't supposed to be doing that, right? This is the breath of life, right? Officer Yabakar made a good point. That's how them Muslim brothers be. They sound smart to an untrained ear. They do. They sound smart to an untrained ear, right? They even look the part. The bow tie, the edge up, the cut, the suit. Know what I'm saying? The clean look, whatever the case may be, right? Right? But they don't know. They don't know. They don't got the breath of life. They ain't got that breath of life. Right? So now this is 2nd Ezra 6 and 54. Now, still talking about Adam, right? And we still building upon the image. And we still building upon, okay, this image is a visual representation, right? Visual representation of who? The Most High, because we supposed to be adopting the characteristics of the Most High and the angels because we are made in that image. We made in the image to be powerful. We made in the image to be have dominion, right? That's the theme of understanding the image of God right now, right? So this is 2nd Ezra 6 and 54. So, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. Was Adam won't Lord over the creatures before the Most High breathed life in him, right? Now that the Most High breathed life into Adam, now, okay, Adam also whom thou madest Lord, right, over all thy creatures. What does it mean by Lord? The Most High made Adam Lord. What does that mean? And this right here is another cut on the Christian church. What does that mean? The Most High made Adam Lord. What does that mean? This right here is another, because the Christian church be like, oh no, you can't be no Lord, no. No. What's the and first question, what does it mean when the Most High made Adam Lord? Okay, he gave Adam dominion, right? He given Adam dominion. He given Adam power. Now, what's the difference from how the way Lord looks in verse 54 and how the way Lord looks in verse 55? It's a capitalized letter, right? It's a difference, right? He was made Lord over these things, right? But the Most High power, he's Lord over all things, right? This is the Most High give you some power. You ain't powerful over you only powerful over the things that the Most High ordained, that the Most High gives you, right? So after these, Adam also, who thou made as Lord, gave power over all these creatures, gave dominion over all these creatures. Why? Because Adam was made in the image of the Most High. The Most High is a powerful man, right? So after these, Adam also, whom thou made as Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all. We all come from Adam. So what does that mean? We come from Adam. So what does that mean now? Of him come we all. What that mean? We have the ability to also possess power. We have the ability to also possess dominion. Why? Because we're coming from a lineage, right, that the Most High made Lord. Right? Right. Yeah, obviously Yabukar, right? The YG and the OG, Lord and Lord, right? Right? The Most High is the OG, right? He made Adam just like a young G, give you some. If you want to put it in worldly terms, right? Let's give this is not I just want to give a worldly term. It's not equivalent to this. So like, you don't take me to counsel or nothing. But I just want to give a worldly term just so I can water down the understanding, right? That's just like a drug dealer, right? They got the kilos. I'm not comparing the Most High to a drug dealer. Salakia. There's like a drug dealer, big time drug dealer, giving kilos of birds, pounds, right, to a young fella, right? You know what? Oh, take that. I'm gonna front you this. Just bring me back that, right? Put a little money in your pocket, right? If you want to, I'm just watering it down, right? That's just like that, right? So of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. Verse 55, right? All this have I spoken before thee, O my power, right? O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. Who is the our sakes? Who is the our sakes? Because thou madest the world for our sakes. Who is the our sakes? Who is that? Who is that? For thou madest the world for our sakes. Damn right, Sister Ron. The 12 tribes. You know what? I feel like I had a training camp. I feel like I had a training camp, and I'm just, ready to box. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I had a good week of practice. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm only saying that because I feel like I'm doing a righteous thing by teaching this class, man. By taking my time, man. Right? Y'all used to seeing me every week or every other week. You know what I'm saying? Now I got something to cook up. You know what I mean? I've been in the booth. I've been in the studio, man. Right? Coming out with some hits. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I've been able to get right real quick. Right? Because that's another thing of being righteous, and that's another thing. That's another responsibility of being immortal. You got to always sharpen your sword. Right? You have to always sharpen your sword. Right? Can't never have a dull sword. Know what I mean? And that's why I love being able to come back with some fire, right? So all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou made the word for our sakes. Sister Ra'ai, she hit it right on the nose. For thou made the world for the 12 tribes. Right? Now, okay. And we got more. Let's go to verse 56. Right? Verse 56. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, right? Thou hast said they are nothing. Damn, the other people. What you mean other people? Okay, so they not a part of these 12 tribes, and they're not so-called black, Latino, and Native Indian, right? They are nothing. They are not from this lineage, right? Thou hast said that they are, the Most High said they nothing. The Most High said they nothing, man. This right here is another cut on the Christian church, right? Everybody can't get this truth. Everybody can't get the truth. Everybody can't get this promise. The Most High made it clear who he chose and who he didn't choose. This is a cut on the Christian church again. It's crazy. The Christian church got the same Bible that we read. Well, now we read the King James Version. They might want to read the NIV, the KJV, not the KJV, the NIV, the EST. Like, nah, right? Everybody can't get in. John 3:16, man, that ain't working. We you know, brothers and sisters came into the ISUPK. We got that. We got to understand of that John 3:16, Pastor. Right? That ain't for everybody. Right? So as for the other people which also come from Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing. But what they like? But be like unto spittle. Now, you know, assembly, right, uses the words like or as. Assemblies compare things to something. Well, what the Most High is doing right here, right? He's comparing those other people like spit. Nothing. It's nothing. You spit on the ground. When you brush your teeth, you spitting up. Right? Nothing. Right? And has, in addition to this, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. They are nothing. They are nothing. They have no value. They have no value. Right? So now, let's go back to Genesis 2:7, Baba Kasha. Right? Because now we got to uphold this image. Right? This is the image. This is the visual representation that the Most High is creating us to be, has created us to be. He first gave us the ability, and then he actually gave us the power to fulfill the ability. He first gave us the ability, and then he actually gave us the power. Now, in order for us to lose that power, is just by us not being righteous. That's how we will lose our immortality. Right? And the Most High power formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Right? Salaki, take me to Genesis 5:3, Baba Kashan, Salaki. Right? So now we've been dealing with the image, right? Image, right? Genesis 5:3, right? Now, and Adam lived an hundred, Salaki, and Adam lived 130 years, and begot a son in his own likeness, after his image, and called his name Self. He didn't do that with Cain, right? No, he begot a son in his own likeness. So what did Adam do with Self? What did Adam do with Self? And Adam lived 130 years and begot a son in his own likeness, after his image, and called his name Self. What did Adam do with Self? What did Adam do with Self? What did Adam do with Self? Based on this verse, based on this scripture right here, what did Adam do with Seth? And this right here is heavy. It's heavy because why? Well, if you're a man in this truth, this is heavy. If you're a trooper, or a young man that's aspiring to be a trooper, or precinct officer in this truth, this verse right here is heavy. Because what did Adam do with Seth? What he do? What he do? What did he do with Seth? What did Adam do with Seth? I know we got some smart people in here. Everybody in here is smart. Y'all on it like popcorn, man. Y'all on it. I just want to know, what did Adam do with Seth? And Adam lived 130 years and begot a son in his own likeness, after his image, and called his name Seth. What Adam do with Seth? He trained him. He taught him. Damn right. Damn, give y'all a hand. He taught him. He trained him. It's important, if you is a precinct officer in this truth, and you have young boys, young men, you have children, you got boys, you got sons, right? Or even daughters, but you got sons. It is important for your son to be trained in this truth. It is important for your son to take on your likeness. It is important for your son to take after your image. Why? They're going to see you teaching class. They're going to see you going to camp after being tired of working all week, after being tired of going to different games all week, after being tired of having to handle of these things in the house, after being tired of having arguments with your rib, after being tired of just being tired. It's important for your son to see, right, what you do in this truth, how you walk. It's important for your son to see your visual representation. Okay, dang, my dad don't celebrate birthdays. Dang, my dad don't even tell me happy birthday. Damn, my dad, he don't even tell my mom happy birthday. He don't tell his mom happy birthday. Damn, my man, I know my dad worked all these hours, and he got to go well for camp. I can't even see my dad this weekend. I was hoping that me and my dad could do this weekend. Right? Huh? Damn, my dad just getting off at 5. It take him an hour to get home. He got to eat. He got to do this with me. Help me with my homework. He got to teach class by 7 something. He ain't really getting no break for real. It's important for your sons to see that. Your sons and daughters to see that. Because they will now understand when it's their time to be a part of a Hebrew academy. When it's their time, right, to have a rib. When it's their time to teach a class. When it's their time, right, to go to camp. They will see exactly what you did. And by seeing what you did as a father, they will understand and they will appreciate it more. They will appreciate why you couldn't be at every football game. They will appreciate why you still show love when you and the mama got into an argument. They will see your demeanor. They will see how less of emotional you are as a man when different confrontations come your way. Right? They will see that you was in this Bible. That's what they will see. Now they want to be more like you. They don't want to be like a LeBron James. They don't want to be like a Kobe Bryant or a Michael Jordan. They don't want to be like a Tom Brady or a Jalen Hurts or a Cam Newton. They don't want to be like that famous soccer player. Right? They don't want to be like them. They don't want to be like no Aaron Rodgers. They don't want to be like no famous baseball player. Because they're going to know by being in these classes that Babylon is falling. It ain't too much of that that's going to be going on. Right? So Adam lived 130 years and begot a son in his own likeness, after his image, and called his name Seth. So his likeness after his own image is relation to what? Keeping the law, being trained. So let me get Luke 3:38, Bob Kishop. Luke 3:38, right? We almost there. Right? This may gotta be a part 2. This may have to be a part 2 right here, right? This may have to be a part 2. This is Luke 3:38, right? And this is also a cut to those Christian pastors that say these us Israelites only be in the Old Testament. We just some Old Testament people, right? We don't flip flop. Well, y'all don't go into the Apocrypha. You don't know nothing about the damn Apocrypha. Since you want to take a stab at something, right? So this is Luke 3:38. Which was the son of Enos, which was the son of Seth, which was the son of Adam, which was the son of God. What is this proving? Right? This is proving that Adam was the son of God, which means what? Christ was a reincarnation of Adam. Huh. Right? Right? All right, now let me get Genesis 9:6. We almost there. Genesis 9:6. We almost and you know what? It is important, and this is another thing. It is important for your son to come. It's important for for your son seeing you getting counsel, right? Or getting some type of uh 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 some type of lesson from someone that's over them, right? This lesson wasn't something that I just got out the side of my neck. This lesson I had to be taught in order to deliver this lesson in the right way. That's the difference of having the ability and the actual power to do it. I got the ability to teach it, but the power is going to be given when someone else break it down for me, so I can actually break it down to others. It's important for your son to see that you're so humble as a man to be able to listen, no matter the age gap, no matter what territory so and so is from. Being able to listen and being able to being humble, right, is also power, right? So this is Genesis 9:6. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, right? Shed of man's blood is to unlawfully unalive someone. This is a precept to Leviticus 24 and 20. Eye for eye, tooth for tooth, right? So whosoever sheddeth man's blood, right? By man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of God made he man. So the image of God made he man, meaning the visual representation. Here we go again. The visual representation is not to unalive for no reason at all. Now, wait a minute, right? Unalivings have to be justified. Now, this scripture is saying you are not to be a murderer. What that mean? You are not to be out here trying to be a blood crip GD folk and you beefing with somebody because of a block that you don't even own. You unaliving your own brother, your own sister over something that's not even unaliving worthy. That's not justifiable. Just going out here just robbing and unaliving people. Just to get your own personal gain. That's not justifiable. Right? You're not supposed to willfully unalive someone. Right? Was the bloodshed worth unaliving? Right? Right? Was he LGBT? QIA, right? What did he SA someone? Grape someone? Right? All those other things, right? Wisdom of Solomon 2:24, Baba Kashaf. We're gonna build on that. Wisdom of Solomon 2:24. We're gonna build on that. And this is gonna be my time, right? Wisdom of Solomon 2:24. We being a visual representation is not going out here and just unaliving people. That's why it's when we in camp and it be hecklers that be wanting to come and snatch a Bible or want to come and do something. We just say back up. We don't go off of emotion. That's why we have cameras, right? That's why it's video footage being taken all day that we out there, because it has to be justifiable of the certain actions that's going to be taken. Ain't just no man bump you. Nah, it's a brother back up, brother. Wait, back up. Know what I'm saying? It's video footage, right? And then if we got to take ground, then we must take ground. We got to give ground, then we must give ground. But we're not just going to willfully do anything, because that's not a visual representation of the image of God. That's not being in the likeness of the image of God, right? So this is Wisdom of Solomon 2:24, right? Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came into the world, right? So through envy, meaning through the pains of one seeing and enjoyed disadvantage by others, followed with the desire to possess that same advantage. How did envy come into this world? Let me see who's still with me. We almost there. We landing the plane now. We almost there. We on that strip. We about to land in Houston, Texas for the Passover. We almost there, right? Pay your Passover fees. Make sure we got rooms booked, flights booked, make sure we got everything in order. Speaking of Passover, right? I'm even speaking to myself. But how did envy come into this world? Right? How did the pain of seeing the seeing an enjoyed advantage by others follow with a desire to possess that same advantage? How did envy come into this world? Cain and Abel. Okay. Are you saying Cain and Abel? You saying Cain? I believe you're saying yes, and Abel. Spelled it wrong, Salakia. Okay. What? Okay, that's one. Okay. Envy first came into this world. Envy first came into this world with Eve. Envy first came into this world with Eve, right? By Eve wanting more, right? She was greedy, right? She listened to that serpent in the garden, and that's how envy came into this world, right? Now says of the devil, right? The spirit, that's the spirit of this is the deceiver, the spirit of our oppressor, the spirit of the serpent in the garden, right? Came death, right? The destruction of the living in relation to the wisdom of Solomon 1:13. Let's get wisdom of Solomon 1:13, and that'll be it. Wisdom of Solomon 1:13, right? Right? Wisdom of Solomon 1:13. For God made not death, neither hath he pleasure in the destruction of the living. Right? He didn't just willfully just want us to be out here unaliving people, right? Death is the opposite of the breath of life. Death is suffering, right? Let me get the one in the chat if you understand what's going on, man. That's my time.
Hey, Salaki Priest, if I may.
Come.
One excellent class, of course, right? Excellent class, Tawab breakdown. Now, it's crazy when you think about it, right? Because when the oh my bad, I think the camera's all messed up, Salaki. But now when it comes to Eve, right? And she envied, right? You know, she envied power. And she envied power because when the serpent came to Eve, he suggested that, hey, right, you can have power. You could be a diva. You can be a goddess, right?
Right.
You can be an independent woman. You can have the same power that the Lord gave Adam, right? And so when you think about it, when you go into the garden, Eve envied to be a man. Eve envied to be a man. That's why sisters today, right, with the feminist movement, they essentially want to be men.
Right.
Which is why they end up being absolute 304s,
right,
and absolute sluts and whores, because they keep wanting to be a man.
Right.
They envy masculinity. here's the thing that Eve has to understand, which every woman needs to understand from here on out. You were never supposed to envy power. That's why the Lord took power from you. We realized what Eve did with her power, and she disobeyed her man. Right. And Adam fell weak to that kind of power. And Adam realized, okay, the Lord said, Adam, you have to now rule over a woman. That's why when Genesis 3:16 says, and he will forever rule over you. Since the beginning, the Lord never wanted a woman to have power, and she was never supposed to envy power, and she was never supposed to envy being a man. Right. That's the breath of life for you as a sister. Don't be a man. Be a woman. Bask in that femininity, right? Be feminine. Right. Be a woman. And anything you do should be for your man. From the beginning of time, a woman is to be the helpmate of a man. Right. And however you accomplish that, do it. You can be the freaking president of the United States of America. If it's for your man, be the best damn president you can be. Right. You understand? You could be a lawyer. You could be a doctor. You could be an accountant. You could be a banker, whatever you want. But be it for your man if you have one, right? If you don't, well, then be one for your camp leader, for the men of these nations, because you can build up a nation, sis. You can help build up a nation by supporting Black, Latino, and Native American men. That's it, right, brother. But excellent class, by the way. Excellent class.
Come on, throughout it, sir.
Oh, yeah, you the ball.
So, damn right. All right. So with that, right, we are the ISUPK, Israelite School University Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West on 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 1 year. 1 year, right? They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After that 1 year, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another year in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this year, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in the Hebrew ma'ashra, 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you. Gives to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will, offer for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation. We have the Feast of Purim. I believe that is February 20th. If anyone wants to be a trooper, they are to come to school wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. Same thing for sisters. All right. Scarf, dress, moss apparel. Hit that line 757-550-1204. If you need more information on becoming a trooper or a sister in the school, all right, tune into class. Tomorrow we got the Brotherhood class, all right, followed by the mandatory scripture breakdown with Captain Dr. Zop, all right, followed by the Lashwan Kodash class on Friday. And with that, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah to the brothers, and Shalom, Yahweh Shema Shem Yahshua to the sisters. Shalom.
It's that time of year. We're going to be in Houston, Texas from April 1st to April 5th, celebrating the Lord's 57th annual Passover under Commanding General Yohana. Jam-packed, full of events, line dancing, fishing, horseback riding, rides for the kids, bounce houses, and the annual lamb slaughter held at the BH Ranch. And it ain't no party like the all-black party, the annual all-black party 14149 Player Street in Houston, Texas. You know it's gonna be lit. All leading up to Saturday, April 4th, the Lord's 57th annual Passover. You still got time. Go to ISUPK.com to pay your Passover fee. 18 and over, $200. You do not want to miss the Lord's 57th annual Passover. Houston, Texas. Shalom.